Hello, everybody. It's Noura Bishay with the ADU School episode 11. And today I'm so excited to have Trez Ibrahim, TI international trainer and educator and coach, be with us. She stands for being a distinguished bestseller author, and she does a lot of stuff that will encourage us to unleash our power into investment and investment freedom. I'm so excited for her to come. I know her from 3 years. We met at RBN, and she's one of the reception of She Makes History Award, and she has done great job during the last 3 years that I've known her, and before that too. So let's tell her welcome and give her a chance to speak about herself.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Nora, for inviting me, and thank you so much, NPB Studios, for having me part of your show. I really am excited to dive into our discussion today. So this is an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So tell us more about yourself.
Absolutely. So I am a speaker, author, and trainer. I've been doing this work for about 38 years. Yes, I started when I was 2. I'm insisting on that. But I am really about evolution, and I'm about mastering your life. And what I do with my clients is really help them to step into a bigger, larger version of themselves. And it's for themselves, for the community, for their corporations, for their business. So I have really stepped into a place where I know people are, it's one of my coaches, Dave Goggins, says, when you think you're spent, when you think you're there, when you think you've exhausted all of your resources, you're only about 40% of the way there. And that's how I approach my work is we're nowhere near what's possible for us. And I help my clients step into those possibilities and turn them into probabilities and absolute results. So they can live their life on purpose, and they can live a much bigger, better, happier life for themselves and for their family. So that's really my work. It continues to evolve, and I never work a day of my life.
I love how you put it. Bigger, better, perfect life.
Yes, yes. And it's possible for all of us.
Yes, it is. So since we are talking about design and ADUs and adding investment to our properties, one of the questions that everybody has on their mind is like, oh, it's my house, and I have a fear of committing to a new prospect, a fear of taking the first step to start the project. What would you say about that?
Gosh, well, I'm a big fan of ADUs. We live in California, and so we know real estate prices are really high and exorbitant. And I'm also a big believer in investing. And the best way to invest is to start with your own home. If you have space, turn that into a rental property. I have my son who's getting ready to get married, and he's talking about buying a home. And I said, don't buy a home, buy an investment. And so it could be a duplex. It could be a home where there's other space where he could rent out, because that's how you assure your financial freedom towards the future. We really have to look at, how do we build financial freedom? And the only way to build financial freedom is when your money works for you.
Yes.
And your money makes you more money. Yes. Versus working for your money, which is what most people do. And they never, ever achieve the freedom that they desire.
So how can we get over our fears?
There's been so much talk about fear, and I love how people will turn it into an acronym, false evidence appearing real. And what I say to that is, fear just doesn't mean you can't, it just means you haven't. And when we go to do something new, when I challenge my clients to go for that dream or build that business or scale that company or do something they haven't done before, and we dream big, and honestly, the bigger the dream is, the bigger the fear is. The first place we go to in our subconscious is our memory, which means I want to do something. I want to do something big. I want to make some money, or I want to, build something in my house, or I want to have people on my property. I'm going to go to my memory, and my memory is going to say, well, have you done this before? Have you ever taken a risk? Have you tried to invest in something? Have you done anything that was for you, for your benefit? And what the subconscious is going to come back with is, no, you haven't. You failed before, because we've all failed. You tried to take a risk and you messed up. You fell, you got hurt, you were broken, you had to build up yourself. And so our memory is going to bring in all this evidence of the past of when we failed. And that's what keeps most people confined. That's what keeps most people small. That's what keeps most people stuck. And so what we have to do is look at it and say, okay, the past does not define my future. And really what the past has done is it's informed my future, because I've learned from it. I've grown from it. I've gone through the fire, and I'm still standing.
Yes, I
And so we
love
want to
that.
take that, yeah. So we want to take that towards the future and look at, okay, I'm not going to let my failure that has brought up this fear in me define me. And I'm going to look at, what do I desire? What do I want? What is going to lead me towards my future that I'm defining, not by the past, but by what I want? And be willing to take those steps forward. So that involves research. That involves looking into, okay, how are we going to make this happen? That involves getting the right people on your team. That involves learning everything you can. We don't just, jump off a cliff without a parachute. We look at the cliff, and I'm not going to run away from it, but I'm like, okay, it's a pretty high cliff. What do I need? I need a parachute. I need a spotter. I need some way of getting home when I'm at the bottom, of the ravine. And from that place, you absolutely can grow. And now that opens up even more possibilities for you.
I love how you put it, that you don't have to be small. You should go big. Go big or go
Absolutely.
home.
Go big or go home. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not designed to play small. We're not designed by the universe, God, whatever you call, to be little, inconsequential beings. But unfortunately, most people live lives of quiet desperation. It's been said that some people live 99 years, but most people live 1 year 99 times.
Oh my God.
It's the same thing. They're never changing. They're never growing. And unfortunately, if you're not growing, you're dying. And an
Yes.
unlived life is not benign. It will bring you down. It will cause depression, sadness, a life of not as much happiness as what's possible for you. And oftentimes it results in illness and disease.
Yes, I do agree with you. On that note, I have a client that I met her like 2 years ago. I did her
Mhm.
site visit, and she wanted an ADU and maybe another unit too. And we were thinking about it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm working, but I'm not making enough money to do the ADU, so I'm postponing it." And then 2 years now passed, and she calls me again, and this time she lost her job and she still wants to do the ADU, but she doesn't have even the amount of money that she had before to do that. It's just, for me, I think you cannot afford not to add an ADU right now in this housing and rental market, whether it's for a family member or for rent purpose. It's a great investment in all ways, but sometimes it's just going outside of your comfort zone that scares the hell out of you.
Yeah. I think that's where most people get stuck, is not being unable to make a decision. Have to be able to decide and decide for a future. Because really the best time to plant an oak tree is 50 years ago. The second best time to plant an oak tree is today.
Today.
Tomorrow never comes. And by tomorrow, the opportunity could be gone. And so I tell people, make decisions today that your future self will thank you for. And the truth is had she built the ADU, she would have been in a much better position right now, having lost her job, because at least she would have had someone paying her mortgage, and she
Yes.
wouldn't have to worry. And I'll tell you, the price of homes to purchase is going up, the price of rent is going up. So whatever she would have charged would have been continuing to increase over the years. And so that would have been the best way to assure her financial security at this point. And so, yes, it's unfortunate what you said, you can't afford not to. Because here's the thing, people look at things as a cost. Like my coaching, it's a big investment. But what people have to realize is, can you afford not to coach? Can you afford not to make that investment in yourself? Because there's a cost when you don't make a decision. She didn't build the ADU years ago, and right now it's costing her potential income, and it's costing her security. And so there is a cost when we say no to things. It's not, so we can't just think about the cost of saying yes, but also the cost of saying no. And really, I don't even like that word, because for me, everything should be an investment. I don't spend money, I invest. And so with that investment, there's always a required return for myself. There's a difference between people who are wealthy, and I work with people who are wealthy, and I've also, worked with people who haven't had money. And there's a clear distinction in their belief and their values, what they believe about money and the world. And rich people think of everything as an investment. It's, what will this give me in the future? Whereas poor people think about, this is a cost. I'm spending money. I'm, buying something. And usually the things that they spend money on don't return anything to them. Because here's the thing, she spent the money, right? So the question is, did you spend it on yourself, or did you spend it on frivolous things? Because when, most people who have jobs, they get paid every 2 weeks. They have a choice every 2 weeks what to do with that money. And so you're going to spend that money. That money is going to go away. And then in 2 weeks, it's going to be replenished. So the question is, where is that money going? Is it going towards your future, or is it going towards your present, pleasure, satisfaction, Netflix prescription, going to Vegas, buying a drink, things like that. So the money's going to go away anyway. Where is it going to go? And that's up to you.
Yeah, I do agree with you with every word you said. It's like right on. Saying no to some stuff, you pay too. When you say
Absolutely.
no to life insurance, when you say no to guaranteed passive income, you are paying too.
Absolutely. And really, this is the best opportunity for passive income, because the price of ADUs is nothing compared to building up a new home or buying an investment property, brand new investment property. I mean, this is your land already. And I'm not an expert, you're the expert, but you can go as small or as big as you want. And so that really does provide so many opportunities. And, worst case scenario, you decide, you know what, I don't want anyone around. I don't want anyone to live on my property. I like I don't want the idea of neighbors, anything like that. Great. You still increase the value of your home.
Yeah.
Great. You increase the resale opportunity for your home. Great. You have a mother-in-law or someone who gets sick. You have space for them now. So there's kind of a no-lose situation there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, but you're investing in your property, the money's always there. The money is never the issue. Honestly, it's really about making the decision for yourself.
Yeah. Do you think she was doing this decision based on a fear-based hesitation or a genuine intuition?
Well, I'll tell you, most fear-based decisions are based on, that the fact that they haven't done it before, or they've made mistakes in the past, or they've tried to invest, or they tried to build something for themselves and something fell through, or they've lost, which again, we've all been there. And the question is, are you going to let that stop you, or are you going to learn from those lessons and move forward? Your intuition is not based on fear. Your intuition requires you get really quiet. Your intuition requires that you sit and listen to the bigger picture, and you start by connecting to, what is your dream? What are your values? What's important to you? What do you want to create for your future? And from there, you can ask yourself, what's the right thing? And if it's, I'm scared or I need to contract, that's never your intuition. Your intuition is all about expansion. So I'm not saying it's always going to say, yes, go big, and go, yes to every opportunity, because that's not your intuition either. A lot of that's based on fear is, oh, I missed that last opportunity, so I'm going to jump on the next one. I missed cryptocurrency, so the next time it goes, I'm gonna put all my money in there, because that's based on fear as well. It's like, I don't want to miss out. But it's really about getting quiet and asking yourself, okay, what is right for me? And letting go of the fear of the past and also the fear of the future. It's open up to what's right for me, and you'll get that answer. But you have to start to connect with your intuition.
Tell us how you can help homeowners with your coaching business.
Oh gosh. Well, I do work with business owners, executives, entrepreneurs around the world. And really my work is for those who have a big dream, a big goal, and they know they can get it. They've heard the narrative that says, dream it and you can achieve it, but they don't know how to get there. That's who I tend to attract and work with. And so, yes, I would love to chat with anyone who has a big dream. Perhaps it is to create financial freedom and become an investor, a real estate investor. And you want to start with that one ADU and perhaps go to two, and maybe perhaps get another property and build a few units there. And you can quickly gain a wealth of prosperity, abundance, freedom, so you can truly live the life that you want. So I would love to talk with anyone who is interested in exploring their big dreams and big goals. You can reach out to me. I'm sure you'll share links, Noura.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
also on all social media platforms. So luckily I don't have one of those popular names, which is great. You could just Google me, and whatever your favorite platform is, I do share a lot of free content. So my goal is to impact people and help them to start to believe in themselves. So you can learn a lot just by going into, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of that, LinkedIn.
You name it, she has it.
I got it.
Trez, can you tell us more about your book?
Yes. So this is my fourth book that I'm most proud of. This is The Modern Woman. Discover Your Inner Sweet, Sexy, Badass Queen. I don't have a copy right now, otherwise I would show it to you. But it's available on Amazon. You have to type in my name, though. If you type in the title, you'll get 2 million books with the word woman in it. So this book is for women who really want to be and do it all. And it's about how to balance your masculine and feminine sides, which I call masculine, that successful, independent woman who can make things happen, create financial freedom for herself. And the feminine portion is that part of her that can receive, can have incredible relationships, attract love, attract helpful people, and attract all the abundance that's in the universe. And I really help people understand all the roles that we have as women. The CEO, the mother, the parent, the wife, the daughter, and how to do it all without getting exhausted and burnt out. Because women are doing a lot these days, but they're getting burnt out. And so this is a way of really stepping into the entire power that we have available to us. So we can end our day feeling inspired and fulfilled rather than exhausted and depleted.
Yes, for sure. Fourth book, what an achievement. Yani, I am so proud of you. And but I want to emphasize that she does work with men too.
I do, yes. I'll tell you, lately I've had more male clients than female. So yes, they want to be and do it all as well. And it's fun working with them.
That's so cool.
I do free coaching twice a month on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, follow me, and you'll get a notice on when we go live. But we go live and I offer free coaching because a lot of people aren't ready to make the big investment, but I want to reach and help as many people as possible.
I'm excited for that too. I personally love being with you because like you are a positive charm, and I enjoyed our conversation today, and I'm so thankful for you to be our first guest.
Oh.
And do you want to tell us more about She Makes History and how this award affected you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the honor of the She Makes History Award. That was such a beautiful delight and surprise and such a wonderful celebration. And I feel honored. I feel honored. It was an incredible award ceremony. And I was inspired by the other women who also won the awards. Women who are doing big things in their community, in their world, serving in a really big way and sharing their gifts. So I feel honored to be part of that group. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for honoring us by your presence. And if you don't know about Therese, we're going to share her bio, and there will be a blog about our conversation here. So follow our blogs too. And I'm excited to have more guests on this show. So if you'd like to be on the show, please contact me and we'll arrange it. And let's just have fun networking and sharing both sides of the idea.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Nora, for having me as your guest and your first guest. What an honor. I really appreciate it. It was fun to talk with you. And again, thank you to NPB Studios for everything you're doing. I know you're very active in the community and you have a big mission. So I'm honored to be in your presence as well. Thank you.
You're such a blessing. Follow, like, share. Please continue sharing and continue liking our success so that we can be more there for you. And if you have any questions for Therese or me, just post it in a comment and we'll answer it. And maybe we'll have her again as our guest to answer the questions. And have a nice week. Bye.